I've always been an artist in a family where both my parents have no idea where I even started drawing from. None of them are artists. So being a sketch artist, here I am drawing all these sketches as a child. Now I show my parents. My parents are not Bazungu parents who are like going to be impressed simply because you've scribbled. So they ask you, what is it? What were you drawing? And I'm like, it's a goat. I'm like, a goat? That doesn't look like a goat. So you start learning that when people criticize you, it's not because they don't like you. They just, the thing that you think you've created is not really there. So, and now it's coming from your parents. You know these people love you, and you stop associating criticism with hate. Like, I wouldn't call people who criticize me haters, you know. So for me, it's from that background. But then again, every time I see people criticizing me online, especially for Girl in the Yellow Jumper, it's such a strange film for me because it came out like 4 years after after its creation. So by the time it came out, I've pretty much looked at it, hated it, recovered, moved on, made other things that, in my opinion, kind of tried to fix the problems that I had in that one. So how I've always looked at it was more like, let's say someone is in Form 1, they write an exam, and then that exam gets lost. And now they've moved, now they're in Form 4, and now that paper comes back, and it's being reviewed on the assembly, and they're saying, how can you answer? And you're thinking, well, that was then. I didn't know that thing then, but now I know it. And it puts you in a position where you're like, whenever someone criticizes you on something, I mean, the best thing you can say is, okay, I acknowledge that, because you indeed you have, and you've worked upon fixing that for years. So for them, they're just seeing this now, but you've gone over that a long time. So with that film, it was more. I don't want to say I didn't really care that much, but I don't think any of the feedback would affect me personally. Like it didn't get to me to that level. So most of the times, and there are categories of it as well. So there's this criticism that I actually look for. Like I actively go around looking for. And I usually get that from my colleagues and people that would kind of do the same job. Or people that are not necessarily into the film world, but I know that these people are such film lovers and they understand film. And I've had them talk about a movie, and I see that they pick up more than an average audience would pick. So I would share. I share projects with these people and ask them, okay, well, what's wrong with it? And I'm looking for criticism, but there's a reason I'm looking for it. It's to improve myself. And then there's also people that criticize you because they've seen something that is an artistic choice. You intended this to be like this, but they are not thinking at that level. They don't get it. So when someone like that comes to you, sometimes if you have the time, you can try to explain to them that, you see, I'm making a movie. I'm not trying to make a documentary. It's not real. So some of these things are actually creative decisions I made knowing that it doesn't work like this in real life, but I know what I'm doing.